Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by Patreon supporter Richard. Huge thanks to Richard and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Richard reached out asking for an otter deck, and not just any otter deck. He asked that I build the deck as strong as possible. We discussed it and decided that Alania Divergent Storm would be leading his deck. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Alania Divergent Storm is a 5-mana 3/5 legendary otter wizard. When we cast a spell, if it's the first instant, the first sorcery, or the first otter spell other than Alania we've cast this turn, we may have target opponent draw a card. If we do, we copy that spell. We may choose new targets for the copy. Copying spells and abilities is one of the strongest things we can do in Magic, and Alania copies up to 3 spells per turn. That's right, dear viewer, we copy the first instant, the first sorcery, and the first otter spell we cast every turn, all for the low cost of allowing an opponent to draw a card. Now, Richard specifically asked for this deck to be as mean as possible, with tax effects and stacks effects galore. But he also wanted otters. So, cute and cuddly creatures that are hardworking and diligently change the direction of the game when they're ready? Done. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. The Return to Earth Boulder series is unique in that they are made almost entirely of renewable resources rather than plastic. And lately, Ultimate Guard has been printing these not just in solid colors, but with artist print, like the new Squaros series. As part of a set, you can call upon all of the Justice League to protect your commander decks, like this one, featuring the Flash. Pick yours up today at your local game store or order it on Amazon. Link down below. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm currently streaming with my son over on Gaming with Danon as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. Our land base consists of Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Ancient Tomb, Scalding Tarn, Flooded Strand, Bloodstained Mire, Polluted Delta, Wooded Foothills, Steam Vents, Training Center, Stormcarved Coast, Sulphur Falls, Thundering Falls, Volatile Fjord, Molten Tributary, Riverpire Verge, Ferris Lake, Cascade Bluffs, Shivan Reef, Riverglide Pathway, Frostboil Snarl, Is It Boiler Works, Scavenger Grounds, 6 islands, and 5 mountains make up our rather impressive land base. For mana ramp, we're running Stormcatch Mentor, Descent into Avernus, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Creativity, Izzet Signet, Mind Stone, Felwar Stone, Chromatic Lantern, Thrawn Dynamo, Wayfarer's Bauble, Solemn Simulacrum, Dramatic Reversal, and Isochron Scepter. Mostly mana rocks, but we've also got some shenanigans, as is right and proper. Our card advantage package consists of Mystic Remora, Jeska's Will, Underworld Breach, Mystical Tutor, Rhystic Study, The One Ring, Magus of the Wheel, Echo of Eons, Windfall, Daring Wave Rider, Harnesser of Storms, Thieving Otter, and Thunder Trap Trainer. Lots of ways to dig through our deck and ways to force our opponents to get new hands, whether they want them or not. For interaction and spot removal, we're running Abrade, Mana Drain, Swan Song, Counterspell, Negate, Deflecting Swat, An Offer You Can't Refuse, Force of Will, Force of Negation, Fierce Guardianship, Narset Parter of Veils, Narset's Reversal, Commit Memory, and Chaos Warp. We've also got a rather nasty stacks package in Blood Moon, Winter Orb, Static Orb, Back to Basics, Torpor Orb, Grafdigger's Cage, Spellskite, Harbinger of the Seas, Magus of the Moon, and God Pharaoh statue. Gotta keep our opponents in line somehow. Our board wipes consist of Blasphemous Act, Delayed Blast Fireball, and Cyclonic Rift. Powerful and ruthless, just like our deck. The core of our deck consists of Coruscation Mage, Bria Riptide Rogue, Kitsa Otterball Elite, Storm Splitter, Valley Floodcaller, Ral Crackling Wit, Storm Chaser's Talent, Time Warp, Nexus of Fate, Expropriate, and Temporal Manipulation. That's right, imagine using our commander to copy Temporal Manipulation. Sure, draw your card. We'll take 4 extra turns. Seems fair. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 48 mana sources, split between 34 lands and 14 pieces of ramp. A little light, but our curve is low and we draw lots of cards, so it's fine. 13 pieces of card advantage. 14 pieces of interaction, 3 board wipes, 3 pieces of graveyard hate in Scavenger Grounds, Echo of Eons, and Commit Memory, 1 Sudden Eye win card in Narset Parter of Veils. Our entire deck is designed to shut our opponents down with a myriad of stacks effects, including Narset Parter of Veils. Have you ever seen the glares from opponents when you cast a wheel after playing Narset? Delicious. Let me drink their sweet, sweet tears. But even if we never cast Narset, we can stax our opponents out of the game, build up an army of otters, then cast Nexus of Fate to take 2 extra turns, or Temporal Manipulation to take 4 extra turns. By the time our opponents finally get an untap step, the game will be over. Do you have an Alania Divergent Storm Commander deck? What's your secret deck tech? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also want to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alex, Borgi, Nazwin, Conga, Aaron, Chris, Robert, William Pye, Kazaris, Booksu, Patrick, Tiz, Art, Richard, Sint, Om, Boomy, Jackie, Finn, Zen, Osra, Justin, and Christian. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.